Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We are coming to you live here from Gen Con 2019, bringing you all the board game coverage all week long. As usual, I'm your host, Matt, and we are joined with special guest, Ross from the Op.
Hey, hey.
How you doing, Ross?
Doing very well, man. It's been a really good Gen Con.
I love Gen Con so much. I mean, I don't get to see as much of the floor as I'd like, but it's just, you can feel the energy in the air from it.
Oh, totally. I mean, it's a nice celebration of gaming. You see, everybody's booth is filled. People are playing games, doing stuff. We've been blowing out. We've been so busy at our booth area too, so it's been a lot of fun. I like Gen Con for the fact that I get to see friends that you only get to see a couple times a year, but we're all here. We all
Everyone's
get to
at
hang
Gen
out, and it's just fantastic.
So let's just jump into things right now. And listen, I don't know if you realize how excited I am for this.
Oh, I think I do.
Yeah, so a little. I was geeking out a lot in the pre-stream here, but so for our viewers that are watching now, you all know that we love the Thanos Rising game. It actually won Game of the Year last year for us here at Twist Gaming, and I personally am a gigantic Star Wars nerd. So when I saw the announcement for this game, I squeed to myself for a really long time.
Oh, yeah?
And the fact that it's out on the table right now, I'm just so excited.
Here it
So,
is.
Here it is. Ross, what are we showing off today?
So we are showing off the first look of Star Wars Dark Side Rising.
Love it, love it, love
This is the first look ever. This is our production copy that we have with a prototype Vader. And this is the full EMEA version that we're going to be doing. But yeah, I am pretty stoked. This was in our booth, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to go show it off. And they're like, let's go do it. So yeah, we have the full, this is the first look. I haven't even looked at all the cards yet.
Oh, okay. So it's a first look for you too.
It's the first look for me too. I am pretty stoked on this. And I guess we can kind of go through it. So like at Thanos Rising, you are working, you have your dice throwing engine building game where you are working to defeat the bad thing that is happening. And in this one, we are working as rebels fighting against the Empire to
Rebel
stop
scum.
to stop the construction of the Death Star. But the Death Star is being built, and so we are trying to make sure they don't do that. And there's all different things that are happening on the Death Star, and Vader is tracking us down on all different planets to make sure we can't do that. So we are gathering our team and going different places and getting different items to fight against Vader and the Empire.
Alrighty. So we've got our starting for location, starting for heroes.
Yes.
This one, our
You
starting
wanna
for
share
rebels.
'em?
Let's do it. So I mean, I think everyone's heard of this guy before. Luke Skywalker. So we've got the Tatooine location here, and this is your tradition. So what in Thanos Rising, and there's the four different color dice and abilities.
Yep.
So what do those colors translate to with Darkside Rising here?
So what we're doing is we are doing different stuff for all the different cards. I don't have the exacts on that right now, but as we're going through, we have Luke Skywalker, and we've got Leia Organa, and we've got, oh my gosh, Harrison Quilladue, right? Oh my gosh, and we've got Cassian Andor, right? Look at that. So there's all the different locations there. They've got Yavin 4 on there, which is fantastic. And they are also doubled up with their hero cards as well, which we can show on there, right?
Yep. So you're getting your heroes with that go with those respective locations there.
Yep.
Leia and Luke.
Yeah, and I think what's really neat here, you can even see it in the opening hero cards too, is that we're combining just all these different eras of Star Wars, all kind of under one art style, right?
I think that's a big thing too, is just because she's green screen.
Yep,
really
she's
bad.
a little green. It's not her fault. She's an alien.
But Star Wars has spanned so many generations and mediums that you have these very different art styles, even from going from the old movies to the new movies to cartoons
Right.
to books and comics and stuff like that.
Totally.
So I think it's really cool that you're able to kind of make these feel even closer together by putting those in the same art style there.
100%. Rick was the guy that did it back at our office, and he just is a wonderful artist, and he was so cool watching him behind the scenes work on the different characters and ships and items as he was kind of getting them all together there. And then Darren is our in-house sculptor, and him working on Vader. It was really cool to kind of see him bringing that sculpt together as well, which that's the next kind of jump too, right? Like there's so many things going on here.
This is a prototype sculpt. That you guys
So
have built, right?
this is a prototype sculpt right now. So it's not the actual in-game version, but this is what the sculpt is going to look like.
So I'm gonna give a little close up of
Yeah,
this
yeah,
guy
yeah,
here.
please
I'm gonna be very
do.
careful. So we've got the full size Vader 3D sculpt there, and he is awesome.
He
and
is awesome. That full bust.
He looks angry.
He does look angry. I still think one of my favorite Vaders we've seen in a hot minute has been Rogue One Vader.
Oh yeah, he kicked ass and took names.
It was so good. Like
Yeah.
I almost feel like Disney should make a ride where it's like Escape from Vader, right?
Right.
You're just like going through as it's all getting
like a horror ride. Yeah.
Anyway, so as we're going on that, we can take a look at some of the cool things at the Death Star. As the Death Star is being built, there's different areas there too. So if we want to go through some of those things there.
Sure
We've
thing.
got a
Targeting
targeting
field
field generator. We have a hypermatter reactor, and all of these things had different abilities too. So as the Empire is building these up, they can unlock different abilities. So right there, you've got the ability to damage, maybe remove from rebels this turn, and so you're really getting different things that really kind of get to you as you're unlocking. So you got to make sure that you are working hard. You guys all know.
Yeah, and this is that ramp ability that so as the game is going later and later, you're getting stronger, but then parts of the Death Star are being built, and
They are
then as
too.
you roll those, that's going to be a very negative effect that's going to affect everyone pretty badly.
100% right,
Yeah.
and it's really going through. You want to look through some of these cards? I'm really excited for this,
Yeah.
right? So let's. I'll give you half. You can give me half. Oh, look at that first one even there. We got Saw Gerrera, and that's fantastic. Oh, we got Gold Leader.
Gold Leader, standing by.
Yeah, right. On the Bail Organa. We got so many different. Oh, the Millennium Falcon. Look at that.
Oh, the Falcons there.
Yeah.
I see my homeboy though, R2D2.
R2D2. How about this though? We got a Rebels Rex,
Oh, there you go.
right?
Star Wars Rebels, and then the sassy K2SO.
Okay, two SOs in there as well, right? Oh, what is that? That's a Hondo.
You got yourself the Hondo
but,
there.
and it's a Rebels Hondo.
You got yourself Jin Urso,
Of course you do. Oh, here's Sabine.
Sabine. You got Ahsoka.
Ahsoka from Rebels too. I'm just digging on this so much,
Yeah.
right? And so here we got some. Oh, so here's the cool Imperial cards here. So there's, of course, we're fighting different bad guys.
Chopper.
Look at Chopper, right? And then we've got a TIE fighter right here.
Oh, so here's some of the baddies.
Yeah,
there.
here's some of the baddies we're gonna get to, right?
Got the TIE Fighter.
Oh man, we got a Stormtrooper. We got a Death Trooper.
Oh, he looks good.
You ready? Here's your buddy,
Oh, Admiral Thrawn.
Admiral Thrawn.
Grand Admiral Thrawn. I love that they went into the book canon too with this. This is great.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he's in the comics. So,
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I actually haven't read any of the comics.
Oh my
then.
goodness, man! The Star Wars comics have been fantastic.
I have
So
to get
you
into
got to
that.
read some of Thrawn's comics. They've been super good. Here's Tarkin.
Tarkin.
Oh, Krennic.
Krennic.
Oh, an AT-ACT.
Oh. Okay, so this is what AT-ACT is from Rebels? Is that from Rebels?
And Rogue One,
And-
I believe, too,
okay.
right? Like, isn't Rogue One on Scarif?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And then we got, of course, you can't without a Star Destroyer.
I have to do it this way. Dun.
Just
slowly into the screen,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, man, we could just keep doing this all day. So we've got so many great characters here, which is super cool. And I'm really excited that we get to... I'm just flipping through it. It's just super cool.
Oh, C3PO. I saw
Oh,
C3PO
yeah,
in the end there.
yeah.
I gotta show him.
Oh,
off,
of
too.
course.
The old favorites.
And so, as we're going through all these different cards and stuff, one of the cool things to realize is that, like, it's just a great way to take the Rising engine
Mm-hmm.
and kind of play around within the Star Wars universe and get a game that's very unique to itself and plays in a way that really kind of kicks your butt, like Rising does.
That's one of the reasons why we really love Thanos Rising does, and I'm excited to play this game as well, is because I'm a big fan of cooperative games,
Right.
And every once in a while, like I feel like, oh, this isn't quite as challenging as I wish that it was, and that one really it does kick your butt.
It really
And I
does.
like that. It's pretty unforgiving, and it makes you actually sit and think about your turn, and then the randomization element from the dice chucking itself is really
There's just so many cool dice here. You've got
Yeah.
the different particle fields there, and you got your detonators and explosions and your symbols. So you can take a look at some of these dice here. Maybe not the green ones.
yeah. I'm not gonna put the green one in there
Yeah,
because you're not gonna
we've
see it,
got
but.
those all rocking on there. And then, of course, if you want, we can preview the Death Star dice.
So
Dun, dun.
the one's going to be Vader's movement here. So
Yep.
your right spin, your left spin,
Oh,
your-
and there's the Vader symbol.
the Vader
So
activation
good.
there. And then this is going to be re-rolling that
Yep.
Death Star die. And so the Death Star die, it's got different colors, and these are the different sectors of the Death Star that you're going to be
Yep,
uh,
building up.
building up. Yeah.
But also, as we were unboxing, we also noticed that we had some promo cards in here.
There was a little pack of promo
There
cards
was a
in
little
there.
pack of promo cards. Now, I only feel like there's a whole pack of 8 promo cards in here. but I think we're just going to preview one.
Just one?
Just one.
You got to give me a little taste of it,
Just
Ross.
a little taste. I know. There's so many there's so many cool ones, so we let you pick which one you wanted to show off.
Yeah.
And so you can make the reveal there. So one of the first promo cards we can show off for is going to be...
And that's the Shore Trooper.
The Shore Trooper.
I always like adding the additional baddies into the game as well,
yeah.
so that's why I did it. But the Shore Trooper is like my favorite armor set
cool.
that the Stormtroopers wear. So like I'm on the fence of buying the model for this one just because I love the style of it so much.
There are some really cool settings for it,
yeah.
It's fantastic.
Super stoked about this. So these promo cards, do we know where they're going to be available at? Or
I cannot speak at all to any of those things right now. But the minute that I know, believe me, the internet will know. And even today, we previewed 4 new Thanos Rising promo cards and had them available at the booth.
I saw that.
Did you guys get them yet?
I didn't actually.
You didn't?
No.
Cool. Well, we have more coming in because they went out immediately.
I can imagine.
So if I have some tomorrow before I come in on stream,
this is why we love you.
No, I'll be sure to bring them in, and then if not, we'll send someone over and we'll take care of you guys.
Thank you, much appreciated.
So
there.
Yeah, it's Ant-Man, it's Captain Marvel, it is Nick Fury,
and the Thanos ship.
And the
I can't
Thanos
remember
ship.
the name of it.
Yeah, I can't. It's like a 8v2 or something.
Yeah.
So it's got those going on, which is just super cool. So yeah, this is the first look at Darkseid Rising.
So where is Darkseid Rising available?
So Darkseid Rising is going to be available EMEA, so it's going to be available international, so not available in North America.
Tier.
With our license for Star Wars, we have the international rights, and we are excited that we get to bring a lot of the cool games that we can. Star Wars is available all over with different games and varieties, but right now our Darkseid Rising is EMEA. It'll be coming out in the fall, so we'll have that available there. And then we'll do our best to share how and when and how people can get it.
Perfect. And so you lucky duckies across the pond, keep your eye out for Darkseid Rising coming to you this fall.
Yeah, I mean, Twist Gaming will have to go to Essen or something, right? Like, that'd be kind of a...
Maybe, I don't know if we're going this year, but this might be the reason why.
Yeah, I mean, right? We'll do a whole thing. Well, we still have some time, though.
I see you brought another box
I brought
to the
another
table.
Disney property. And so we'll clear some of this off right here and push it across the board to make way for another exciting game. Also first preview. We have it at the booth right now, but it is a first time showing it off on stream, which is super cool.
So another Disney property here,
yes,
but a little different feel.
Just a little bit. Oh my goodness. You guys just need to let it go on that one, okay?
Hey, I see what you did there. Oh
my goodness. That would be awesome. That'd be so good. Who would be in the middle? Who'd be in the middle on that one?
I don't. Probably Elsa with how popular everything.
I'm asking the chat who they want to have in the middle.
But it has to be the
one.
villain in the middle, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's got to be the villain.
Yeah, Maleficent probably.
I mean, well, the thing is, I before we get into this, we can get out of this for you now. But,
there we go.
But I think one of the things that this is totally off topic, but with the queens, those are pretty much just a princess that's just made it to the end game.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So I think like Maleficent. Yeah, Maleficent would be super good.
The Red Queen.
The Red Queen, Ursula.
There you go.
Would be a good one too.
You just have a spin-off for each one of the Disney movies. You have Ursula Rising. You've got
we don't want to flip the market here,
Rising,
right?
Yeah.
But I think Maleficent, you could have her with her staff out with some thorns coming up.
That'd be a
flames.
pretty sweat looking Minnie in the middle of the table.
That'd be pretty cool. Well, if it ever happens, we'll just credit Twist Gaming.
There you go.
And we'll do that. That'd be fun. Anyway, so here we go. Here's our first preview for Toy Story. Obstacles and Adventures. What's the best way to have us right here?
There, that away. So yeah,
there we
could
go.
Do it like this.
Boom.
There we go. So what is Toy Story's Obstacles and Adventures?
So this is the next chapter of our cooperative deck building game. And so we all know and love Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. It's super fun. We have a great time with it. And now we've been able to jump into the world of Toy Story with a Disney Pixar. And so this game is a fully cooperative game. And there's a lot of cool changes and not updates, but essentially like we've made enhancements to rules, messed around with the math, and had a lot of fun creating a very Toy Story experience.
So I'm looking at the artwork on the back of the box here, and can I turn this
Oh
around into the view
yeah.
then?
Oh, we can open it up too.
Oh, okay. So
So
what I like what I'm seeing here is it's got not the Toy Story movie artwork, but like the Toy Story artwork from the toys in the movie.
that's right.
So I think that just kind of takes the meta up another level
Oh,
there. I
so
think
we'll
that's
pull
really
this out
cool.
right here. So what's very cool in this one, it's a 5-player game.
Mhm.
So where Hogwarts Battle was 4. This one starts out with 5.
Mhm.
But you don't gain your 5th player until the second book.
Oh, that's
Until the
interesting.
second, well, because Jesse didn't come in until movie
Ah,
2.
look at you.
Yeah. So in this one, so you're playing as Woody, Buzz, Bo Peep, Rex, and then Jess.
Mhm.
And you've got a wonderful way. We'll do the board here really quick. And you've got a friend in me with this. I'm just going to do all the puns I can.
There we go. Oh boy.
And so here's the board with this really cool Toy Story kind of very Woody-esque, right?
Mhm.
And that good Pixar look to it. We've got all 5 of the adventure boards here. So we've got Buzz, and all the characters are very much to their theme.
And again, you're seeing this artwork for like the advertisements
Yeah.
in movie, which I thought
Very
was
in
just
movie,
super
right?
cool.
So there's Woody, and there's Bo Peep, and of course Rex. Roar.
With the meteor in the
Oh,
background and
it's
everything.
so good. It's so good, right? Oh, it's fantastic. So in this one, you are playing through 6 different adventures.
Okay.
So we've got the boxes here for that. We can do a cool little preview there. You can do those different
If
things.
you put it a little
Put
bit
it
closer
right
that
there.
way,
Boom,
there you
boom,
go.
boom.
You see
Ignore
the-
some of those plastic bags.
It
It's just
happens.
from our different stuff. But yeah, we're going to have 6 adventures going on in there. And you're playing through the 4 full feature movies and the 2 animated shorts.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So you're going through the actual movie storylines.
Yes,
then
you
within
are.
The game. Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah, so in this one, so I've got the preview for game 1 here.
Mhm.
So we'll pull these guys off a little bit. So we have him in the game. He is in the game, but as a card. And yeah, it's interesting when working with games, also working with toys that have licenses,
Mhm.
because Mr. Potato Head is a Mattel
Oh, yeah.
character, and we do a lot of games with Hasbro. So I am very thankful that we were able to have Mr. Potato Head be a part of this game. Let me go and pull him out for the chat.
We'll find him in there.
We will find him for the chat, and we can get through here. And we've got all this. It's yeah, we're just-
I'm seeing all the Toy Story characters
yeah.
in here then.
I think I grabbed all the character decks is what I think I just grabbed here. So we've got Rex and those different things. Oh, you know what's funny? This is I think one of the demo copies that was getting used today.
Is Mr. Potato Head absent?
No.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
he may have run away, and Woody has to go find him. No, I'm pretty sure it's all.
Mr. Potato Head's roaming around Gen Con.
He could be. How cool would that be? I feel like that's a game somewhere in itself.
Is that like a special promotion that you're doing there at the op? Is that if you find the missing Mr. Potato Head card, you get like a pin or something?
That'd be pretty good. No, right? I believe we are doing if you go find our John McClane cosplayer, though, that you can get a cool game there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's usually hanging out at the booth, but
Not in the air vents.
not in the air vents.
Ah.
No, not in the air vents. And so that's Jesse's character cards. There's so many cool cards in this game. And here's the character cards you add in game 2. So many army men. Oh,
There's
there's
Mrs.
this
Potato
Potato Head. At least we know where she's at. Oh, and there's Chattering Teeth.
Oh, Mr. Potato Head
Mr. Potato Head getting some
getting
butt,
bit on the tushy.
getting bit. So yeah, chat distracted me with the cool card questions. So in this game, we've got a lot of cool stuff, and so I have the games from game 1 and from game 2 here, but I had pulled out the tracker for game 1, and so it'll go right up here,
Okay.
and that is the tracker for game 2. Look at that. I'm just lying all over the place. I mean, game 1. So we have the kid track here, and it'll go up. And so, in this game, you have your tracker and your little boom token. So every game has its own little metal token and
Oh,
its
that's
own
metal.
tracker. Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you'll be going through the different. So you start here, and once it gets to here, the game is over. So you need to make sure that you defeat the challenge and the obstacle that is there before you get here, because here's how many bad things will come out. So
so each step along the way is like a bad thing. That's
yeah, you don't want the token to move down, but essentially it's also the movie evolving, right? Because in the first movie, Andy's moving, right, and then you're also going to be battling against Sid, and Sid is in some cards that are around here, right here. Look at that. So you've got some of the big baddies you've got to defeat, or like you're trapped in a crate, you know, or you've got your
You see those famous movie moments.
defuse the big one, right?
Oh, that's the firework.
That's right.
Yeah,
or you've got to struggle with jealousy.
You are a toy.
Right? And then, of course, at the bottom there, then you finally have to escape from Sid. So I don't want to preview too much, because half this game, the fun of it is the reveals of all the different things.
And
that
I
are
mean, you
going
might be
on.
familiar with the movies, but that there's going to be a little
always
bit of twists and
still cool
turns
to see
along
what's
the way
going
too.
on. Yeah. So in game 1, you are playing against Sid, and then in game 2, you are playing against Stinky Pete.
Stinky Pete.
Stinky Pete, right? Or Prospector Pete.
Prospector
right?
Pete.
Yeah. So as you're doing that, and it's just a cool way to kind of go around there. And there's many, many, many cards that you can have, which add to your competitive. Wrong word there. Cooperativeness, right?
There
and
you
so
go.
that was
So you're saying this is off the 4 movie, so even the most recent one as well?
even the most recent one
that's
as
really
well.
cool.
Yes, and even when we announced it at Origins and the 4th movie hadn't come out yet, we already had the game finished.
Oh, so you got a little bit of behind-the-scenes info on that movie
I mean,
too,
that's
then.
one of the cool things that when working with licensed games, that we get to go up and do script reads.
That's really cool.
So we'll have the person that'll be working on the game, and they'll get up and go do that. So for any game, maybe this game like called Thanos Rising, you know, somebody may have read the script before that went up.
That's pretty cool.
It's one of the fun things of working in licensed games, right? And so you kind of get to explore and do a lot of these things. And that's just very neat how that all kind of happens. And so one of the cool things in this game, and we're jumping around a little bit, but you get all these cool army men. That's kind of one of the fun mechanics. Oh, look at that! He was right there.
Hey, Mr. Potato
Head. He'd skip right by me. He's doing his thing.
He's giving you a hand there.
He was giving me a hand. It's all good, right? And he was literally right on the top. That's so funny. And all those different cards that are going on. And so if you've got these guys in your hand, we encourage that this game is played with your hand down. And so when you get your hand out, everybody can see what's going on. And there are certain cards that will act other synergies depending on the cards you play.
Okay.
So if you have some of these guys in your hand and they're out, they're green.
Oh,
So
boy,
yeah, that's not going to
invisible
stop.
army
Yeah,
men.
yeah. So if you have some of the army men that are out, and I've got one as well, I can play it, and then it'll be like, hey, if the first time another toy plays an army man on their turn, reveal this card, and you both draw a card.
Oh, so like I've got one here, so the first time another toy plays an army man on their turn, reveal this, and all toys gain a heart.
Yeah. And so one of the things that a lot of people were like, hey, how does this game differ from Hogwarts Battle? So you've got the trackers that work here. You've got a lot of these combo cards that will act on other cards there. But along with that, what's also going on is just the math is very different, right? Because in the Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, we've all played it so many times that you know when it's good to heal, you know when it's right to move the tracker back and down. But in this game, it's much different to know when you're going to be able to play the different cards out, play the different abilities out, and you want to make sure that you are getting your tracker on the right call so that you can get everything going in a way that allows you to succeed and not to die and do all that stuff. So we do a full setup, but we're kind of in this hazards there, game cards go there, our cool obstacle and adventure cards go there. We'd have a whole flesh out there, and we'd all these great tokens as well. I'm just going to do a token dump. Right.
So you can see all the components.
Yeah, so we got all these great, boom. So we have
The Pixar lamp.
the Pixar lamp, and then we use those to help as we go against our obstacles. And then we use these sweet Pixar balls as a way to help pay for all the different toys and items and other friends and traits that we pick up in the game. So we're using our friends and traits to help battle the adventures and obstacles that we face.
Super cool.
Yeah.
So, Ross, where can our viewers find Toy Story Obstacles and Adventures?
So Toy Story Obstacles and Adventures is going to be out in stores later this fall. It's going to be a cooperative deck building game. It's $50, and you can get it at game stores. You can get it wherever you buy local game stores.
And so these 6 scenarios, how much content is that in the game?
Oh, so much. It's fantastic. I have been warned that I can only talk about games 1 and 2.
Okay.
Because Cammie Mandel, who's the main designer on this game and Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, she was like, "Hey, game 4, when you get to that, the game totally changes."
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh man, that's really cool." So I know, but I can't say what it is.
I know.
But
no spoilers.
But it's really, really fun how much we've been able to kind of just play around with this mechanic and this engine. And especially in the world of Toy Story, there aren't many games that are for Toy Story out there. And this is one of the only games that really brings in all the movies and all the characters to really help celebrate
all the Toy Story lore.
the Toy Story stuff we know and love.
Very cool.
That's
so,
great.
Ross, where can our viewers go to find out more information about everything else going on at the Op?
So we're doing so much at the Op right now. It is fantastic. We are there's so many games we have releasing at Gen Con and stuff like that. So if you're at the show right now at Gen Con, come by booth 137. You can find us there. We're showing off games for Die Hard, showing off Darkside Rising. Not Darkside Rising. That's right here. We're showing off Death Eaters Rising, which is the new Harry Potter version. We'll be showing off Furry Foodies, showing off Astro Trash, showing off Dungeon Academy, and then along with that, we're also going to be showing off our Kingdom Hearts Talisman, which we'll have on stream tomorrow. And then we also have previews for Munchkin Disney DuckTales.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we'll also have previews for our Court of the Dead Mourner's Call game, too. So if people want to find out more about us, they can find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter. We're at the USAopoly or the Op. And then you could tag us on Instagram as well. We're on there. And then we also stream on Twitch twice a month.
Hey, look at that. Twitch streamers all along.
Yeah, right. So that's it. We've been doing a whole thing with the Op Live. And we've been doing a lot of recording of gameplay videos. We'll be doing a whole bunch with the Op Plays very soon here.
Very cool.
So it's been a lot of good stuff. And, of course, you can just find us, engage with us. Let us know all the cool things you want to see. And be sure to hang out at the show.
Sounds good. Ross, thank you for stopping by.
Always good, man. Thank you so much.
And thank all of you for watching at home. We're going to take a little break right now. We'll be back in just a few more moments here with more coverage from Gen Con 2019. Signing off for now, though, I'm your host, Matt. Have a good one, everyone.